And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Parkwood Sharks, home ground of rugby league. Between this DMC competition, round number 3 between the Parkwood Sharks and Coolangatta Rugby League. Coolangatta lead the Sharkies 12 points to 6. The Parkwood Sharks managed to get a late first half try as Jaron Morgan makes another fantastic tackle using his arms this time. Much better than what we saw in the first half. And again, another tackle by the man they call Jay Triandos. Penny Webber in assistance. Harrison Lewis getting off fast from marker. And Eli Morgan looking to bring the ball back strong as he did so in the first half. Straightening up and taking in a good tackle there by the Coolangatta defence. Finding those extra millimetres, they do add up, and the Coolangatta defence very flat as it stands. And that'll be tackle number 2, Blake McGifford. His debut all the way from Monday Night Touch tonight as Roberts looks for a strong run. And he will lose the ball, but we will play on. And again, the basics of rugby league, of catch and pass, and holding the ball in contact and being strong. The Parkwood Sharks need to focus on that as Richards gets the body in front. As the Coolangatta ball carrier is met by Richards and Webber. A show and a go and a no, says Penny Webber. He'll go back to where you started and play the ball for what would be Coolangatta's third tackle. And Cooley probing again, and they've got numbers on that left side. Nonetheless, a good tackle there by Ta'ala. And again, Jaron Morgan getting through a ton of work today. That's his 11th tackle of this game. Ta'ala again. Morgan, Lewis. This will be the 4th tackle. Coolangatta looking hot. And a big shot up top there by Jesse Richards. A great shot up top. Richards having a blinder today. And that's just what the doctor ordered for the Parkwood Sharks. It'll be on the 5th, so it'll be a direct turnover. Parky looking to exit strong here. McGifford finds Roberts. Roberts, a strong ball carry, will take him to the 20-metre mark. McGifford, here comes Jaron Morgan. Gets the offload away. Very skilled for the big fella. And Roberts. A forward pass from the Parkwood Sharks. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you like camping, look no further than the Parkwood Sharks. They enjoy being on their own 20-metre mark, which is where they've spent the majority of their time today. No fault of their own. You can fully credit Coolangatta for their attack. As they look to go left. Great tackle there by Harrison Lewis. As he wins the contact there for the first tackle. Blake McGifford doing his best in defending here today. His first game of rugby league. A convert from Monday Night Touch. Look for him to look for gaps in the Coolangatta defence as the game goes on, as he wraps the ball up there with him and Sewer. And a pass on the inside. Coolangatta probing. They're going to have to hold him up here. And they do so successfully. He is short. This is the 5th and last. Coolangatta looking for more points. Parky needs to lift here. And he's taken the mark inside his own end goal line. And will come back to the 20 metres for a restart. And Ta'ala goes quickly. Coolangatta yet to get on side. And if Parky can capitalise on this, they will be rewarded with points. Roberts. He's been a workhorse today. McGifford finds Ta'ala. Richards goes himself. He busts the line. But he is taken in a good tackle. Coolangatta's defence holding strong. This will be number 3. And that's just what they needed. Jesse Richards getting through a ton of work today. They'll be rewarded with another set on the 20-metre mark, will the Parkwood Sharks. Jaron Morgan, barnstorming to the line. He busts one. And he'll play the ball on the 10-metre mark. This is the first tackle. McGifford finds Roberts, 2 flat. And it's basics like that. Running square, finding your man at the right time, giving early. No harm in running across. Nonetheless, that message must be communicated to the men outside you. We'll have a scrum on the 10-metre mark, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you for joining us today at the Shark Tank. Whether you are in attendance or you are watching online, we thank you very much for joining us. Coolangatta look to exit here. Taking in a good tackle with Sewer and Morgan. Eli, that is. 3 Morgans on the field at once, making history today. Massive mention to the other Morgan brothers, Malachi Morgan, who's serving a full-time mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, formerly signed with the South Sydney Rabbitohs Football Club. He continues his mission from Ghana, West Africa, in the Australia-Brisbane mission. And also Lamar Morgan. They do have an older brother. You may see him, you may not. Nonetheless, he is ever present. Lamar Morgan, a fantastic footballer in the day. Having said that, all the Morgan brothers are just a chip off the block of the old man they call Edwin, who would be impressed with what he's seen today. When it comes to effort, I'm sure he would be giving words of counsel from the sideline. Nonetheless, I'm sure the Morgan brothers are just enjoying being out there together today. As we go back to the action, a scrum to Parkwood. We are less than 30 minutes out here in the second half, 10 minutes gone. Sewer finds Ephraim Morgan. Strong run up the front. Roberts. Getting through a ton of work today. McGifford. He's got to give early there. Sewer finds Ta'ala. Ta'ala back on the inside to Morgan. Eli Morgan taking in a good tackle right outside the Parky try line. And the referee says play on. Mark. And that'll be a penalty to the Parkwood Sharks. Coolangatta called not square at the tackle. And here's Penny Webber looking for his first try of the season. And he goes close. He gets there. Penny Webber scores for the Parkwood Sharks to take them within 2 points. And put that down to sheer hard work and grit. Penny Webber finds himself a meat pie here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Blakey! You all good? You're all right, mate. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the action here at the Shark Tank. The Parkwood Sharks home grounders. Sewer adds the extras, and we're all locked up here at the Shark Tank. And Jesse Richards having the game of his life today, ladies and gentlemen. And this game, ladies and gentlemen, may come down to who wants it more, as scores are level. 12 all here at the Shark Tank. Coolangatta with our restart. Roberts. Strong run by Roberts. And he wasn't picking an angle there. And ball security seems to be the issue today, as it is these basics that would prove the difference as to who goes home victorious and to who goes home not so much. And that is great defense by the Parkwood Sharks. Ephraim Morgan, lucky to get away with what appeared to be a late shot. Nonetheless, the referee will not call that one. And I'll tell you what, it's hard to stop 113 kilos of raw power. Back to the action here at the Shark Tank. Eli Morgan getting through a ton of work today, along with his counterparts. And I'll tell you what, you'd be hard pressed not to call a penalty there. You'd be hard pressed not to call a penalty there. As Eli Morgan taken in a high tackle there. That's ridiculous. Back to the action here, Ephraim Morgan. Just checking up on his little brother there. Having a word to the ref saying that if it happens again, we will take matters into our own hands. The referee says, please don't do that. Nonetheless, this wouldn't be the first time that we've seen two sports played within one, as Eli Morgan is back to his feet. Penalty Sharks. McGifford will look for the line. Morgan to Richards. Richards, strong run again. He busts the first two. And that's a big run from Jesse Richards. Mark to Roberts again. And he's had a whale of a game as Tanya Roberts. Yards upon yards. Ta'ala fakes to Morgan. Finds Weber, who will bust. The Sharkies on hot here. Ta'ala straightens up. He goes straight through and Kupi Ta'ala gets himself a double. And what a fantastic phase of play from the Sharks. It all started from Jesse Richards getting go forward. He found Roberts, who continued the momentum. And it all was too much for the Coolangatta defence as Kupi Ta'ala scores his second try in today's match. Special mention to Penny Weber there. He managed to bust the initial line. He broke a few tackles after that and it was all downhill from there. McGifford found Kupi Ta'ala straight under the posts. Parkwood Sharks 18, Coolangatta 12. Boy, short kickoff. Coolangatta with the restart. They go long to Roberts, who will bring it back strong as he's done so all game. He's not looking anywhere else apart from what's in front of him, and the classic grass cut from the Coolangatta defence is the only thing that takes Tanya down. And Jesse Richards sticks the fence out. There's a complaint of an eye poke there nonetheless. Jesse Richards taking a bit of damage here. Players back on him. McGifford looks to go blind, making what is less than 3 metres. He's pleading for a penalty. Doesn't get one. Morgan finds Weber. Weber, strong. And it's a subtlety of the game of rugby league. If you can land on your front, a quick play of the ball ensues as Morgan does so there. He does get the quick play of the ball. McGifford, Parkwood, Morgan, the tip on to Sewer. And I've got to be honest with you, I think Morgan should have gone himself there. Regardless of numbers, 50 metres out, you definitely want that momentum to continue. They definitely had it down this end of the field. Although it was a 5th tackle reset. So Coolangatta will get the ball back on the halfway. Coolangatta taken by Lewis, and Morgan again doing his best Nathan Hindmarsh impression. Square out from marker. He wasn't square from marker. And I'll tell you what, Coolangatta are back where they started. First tackle, Coolangatta at the 10-metre mark. They go one off. Ta'ala and Navarro. Navarro getting through some more work. He's had a great game today as Axel Navarro. And Harrison Lewis seems to be down. It was from that tackle earlier on. And Harrison Lewis just getting his, what appears to be his neck checked out by none other than Darren Hall. Huge congratulations to him. His 50th anniversary for the club. And with the score so tight, I'm sure Parkwood would be looking forward to welcome back certain players next week. The Clark brothers, Torrance and Liam. Tanira Nathan, highly possible that he'll make his debut for the Parkwood Sharks. But it is good to see that the heart and determination of the Parkwood Sharks of 2019 shows true here in 2020 as they look to defend their line. Jesse Richards again tackling the house down. First tackle, Coolangatta probing. Weber going high. Sewer exhausting to the left. They have numbers left. They're doing a good job of keeping them out, and that'll be a penalty. They've got to be careful here. James Hoff back on the field, making an impact. And a great tackle there by Kupi Ta'ala, who forces the mistake. And he's not too happy. Not too sure if it's with himself or his mistake, but he's not too happy. Is the Coolangatta fly half. 5'8" rather. As we take a break in play, the referee will have a word to both captains. Discipline seems to be the issue. Parkwood will feed the scrum.